You missed some important news from the LGBTQ plus community this week. To ensure you are current, we are recapping that important news. Here's what you may have missed. The Texas House to debate removing law that makes homosexual conduct a crime. The Texas House of Representatives had a debate on a piece of legislation that would strike the unconstitutional and unenforceable criminal offense of homosexual conduct from state law books. House Bill 2055, introduced this session by Dallas Democratic Representative Venton Jones, was listed on the daily House calendar, which contains the list of new bills and resolutions scheduled by the committee on calendars for the full chamber to consider. The proposal would change two parts of the state code related to LGBTQ plus relationships. If this bill becomes law, it would first remove the phrase, quote, that homosexual conduct is not an acceptable lifestyle, end quote, from the Health and Safety Code, while it would also no longer make that a prosecutable crime in Texas. Up until 2003, consensual sex between two people of the same gender was explicitly illegal in the state of Texas under the Texas Homosexual Conduct Law. That changed when the U.S. Supreme Court invalidated the law in its ruling in the Lawrence v.Texas case that year. The legislation cleared the House Criminal Jurisprudence Committee, and by a unanimous vote, by the way, on April 4th, which allowed the bill to eventually get debated in the full chamber. At least 73 representatives, including several conservative Republicans, have now added their names to it as co-authors. This signals that more than a majority of the Texas House support the bill, creating hope among LGBTQ plus advocates that these changes might finally gain some traction. Well, if you're expecting me to say congratulations, Texas, I'm not going to say it. First off, I laughed in my head in the fact that this law still sits on the books.
Prehistoric. I mean, hello.
It's like, this is not 1967. In George Bush the First, remember Bush v. Gore? It was illegal to have sex among homosexuals in Texas. It's just breathtaking. So congratulations, I guess, to all of those that are signing on to the law to say, well, finally, 20 years later, we've caught up with the rest of America.
Oh my God.
That's all I've got.
It's still Texas, Al. All right. This is not a win for anybody. I mean, come on. Like, they're literally just like, hey, be happy about this. Don't worry about the rest of the shit that we're throwing at you, right? But you get to have gay sex now.
Yeah,
I mean, this is something that is
but
unenforceable.
now our drag queens and our trans people, wait.
Yeah. Well, you know, there are a lot of dead laws on the books that have been, you know, basically nullified. But as we found out with abortion last year, that one Supreme Court ruling could let these come back into place. But we say 2003, 20 years ago, it was an attorney, but that overruled a law or a ruling from, a reversal ruling from only 16 years before, when I believe it was Georgia had their sodomy statute held up by the Supreme Court. So that it was really a tectonic shift in a short period of time. So we should celebrate that this is held up for 20 years.
Did you figure out some way to say congratulations to Texas? Did I hear that in any possible way?
No, I'm just saying. No, my point is just how quickly the legal tides seem to be shifting these days from one to another. So it's nice to see them trying to take this off the book. And it was a Democrat that proposed it. So yay, Texas Democrats.
Yeah. Not only a Texas Democrat, but State Representative Venton Jones, who is openly LGBT. I had the pleasure of getting to work with him previously at the National Black Justice Coalition. He has been in the movement for a long time. This is a win for LGBTQ people in Texas. That's just one less thing that they have to worry about coming down from the Supreme Court. Not congratulating Texas, definitely congratulating Representative Jones and the LGBTQ people of Texas.
Okay,
at least they're catching up. They're catching up.
Representative Jones. Right.
Well, and let's remember, last week DeSantis wouldn't even in Florida. DeSantis wouldn't even say gay people. He talks about protecting children. He wouldn't say that we should still have the right to get married, should still have the right to exist, and he likely probably doesn't believe we should have the right to have consensual sex in our own homes. So from this perspective, Texas is more liberal then?
Oh my God, Florida?
Wait. And that John throws that out at the last second.
Is he right?
Let's see. He is right.
Oh my God.
And likely, very likely, DeSantis not answering this very specific question on marriage is a foretelling of what DeSantis really thinks. Does anyone think that the Supreme Court, even in the environment of what our Supreme Court is, could reverse Lawrence? Does anyone even think it's possible?
No. There's no state even trying to do it right now.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. All right.
I'm just not in the mood of saying the Supreme Court won't do anything. I don't want to jinx it. Like, knock on wood.
Right. It's like, all right.
No, it'll never happen.
It makes me want to say hee-haw.
Keep watching the only television news in the world from our LGBTQ plus community and stay informed on everything that is important for and about our diverse LGBTQ plus community.